Hey Virginia is a production of viewer-supported WVPT Public Media. WVPT relies on contributions from viewers like you. So, if you appreciate this show and want to help us keep bringing it to you each month, please consider making a donation to support WVPT.
The Factory Antique Mall, now the largest antique mall in America, with 121,000 square feet of antiques and collectibles and over 200 dealers. A true shopping destination located off exit 227 on I-81 in Verona. FactoryAntiqueMall.com.
As September rolls in, we have some amazing film festivals popping up all over the valley. The Virginia Film Festival kicks off in Charlottesville. The Latino Film Festival premieres in Harrisonburg, and the International Film Festival begins September 9th in Staunton. Featuring everything from the avant-garde to foreign films, this year's film festival lineup will have you running for the popcorn. Ladies and gentlemen, lights, camera, action.
In the heart of the quiet town of Staunton, Virginia, resides an office where three men work to give their community a rare glimpse into the human psyche. It is here where they are preparing an experimental and international film festival for their community, a rare treat for any film lover. Let's meet the Hypnagogia Film Collective at their Cinevisual and Performing Arts office.
I was in a couple of film festivals over the winter, I suppose, maybe last fall, and a couple of experimental ones that seemed to be people that just had film collectives much like ourselves doing the same thing, and kind of just brought it up one day being like, hey, if these guys can do it, why not us? You know, we live in the internet age. We don't have to get 16mm prints. We can get digital copies, reach out to people around the world. It seems almost stupid in my opinion not to.
The plan was to have mostly experimental or alternative film, underground film, and international film, and bring it to some locations around town. And since then, we've just been reviewing a lot of submissions that we've been getting over the past few months.
Well, I think a lot of the films that fall in the experimental category become somewhat abstract. And it's much like looking at in like the late 50s, looking at a Jackson Pollock and just being like, what the hell is this? And you know, 50 years later, we're like, that's genius. But when you're doing something new and groundbreaking, a lot of times it offends people's sensibilities and they don't know how to properly view it. But I think given time, then it just becomes mainstream and it's no longer experimental. But that's kind of the point. And I think if you approach a lot of these particularly abstract ones with an open mind, you find a beauty in it, if for nothing else than the patterns and color. But I think beyond that, if you really think about some of them and break them down on an intellectual or philosophical level, I think they're much more poignant than more mainstream films.
Angus and I were kind of testing each other, making short films. It was sort of his idea to start making short films all together, and so we just started kind of sending little clips back and forth to each other, and then eventually it turned into a film collective with a few other people, including Ed. And then we kind of decided to start branching out and getting bigger, and that's how the film festival came to be. Again, that was Angus's idea, but at the time I completely loved it, and I still do. I think it's the perfect way to climb upwards with what we're doing and involving the entire town and seeing, like, here's what we're doing and here's what everybody else is doing too, you know?
From filmmaking to making the Film Collective and now film festivals, the Film Collective will be bringing innovation to the streets of Staunton.
The Factory Antique Mall, now the largest antique mall in America, with 121,000 square feet of antiques and collectibles and over 200 dealers. A true shopping destination located off exit 227 on I-81 in Verona. FactoryAntiqueMall.com.
Hey Virginia is a production of viewer-supported WVPT Public Media. WVPT relies on contributions from viewers like you. So, if you appreciate this show and want to help us keep bringing it to you each month, please consider making a donation to support WVPT.